Why should you pay for college out of pocket when somebody else will? Right now, every year, I'm seeing families are writing checks for thousands upon thousands of dollars in tuition, and you don't really have to. The truth is, there's free money in the form of scholarships, grants, financial aid, and is just waiting for you. So, today in this video, I'm going to give you seven, yes, seven powerful reasons why it's always best to offset your college costs with scholarships and aid instead of paying out of pocket. So, whether you're a parent of a high school student that's going to college, or whether you currently have a student in college, this video is for you. Hello, I'm Kantis Simmons, and welcome to this video. So, I'm going to be hosting a college funding boot camp. Now, as I get into this video, I'm going to give you these seven different reasons, but I want to invite you to an upcoming 3-night live boot camp. It's called collegefundingbootcamp.com. Yes, collegefundingbootcamp.com. Now, on this 3-day workshop, 3-day boot camp for 3 nights, for about an hour, 15 minutes every single night, we're going to be looking at how to maximize FAFSA, like how to apply for FAFSA, how to locate hidden scholarships that most people don't talk about, and then talk about how to land and apply for these scholarships. So as we get into this video, I want to let you know that we're going to go more in depth in my upcoming college funding bootcamp. We have one coming up here next week, based on when you are watching this video. You'll see the link down in the description. Listen, click the link if you are seriously interested in offsetting your college costs with scholarships and free money. Hey, go over to collegefundingbootcamp.com, collegefundingbootcamp.com, to make sure you jump in on this, because I want to help you offset um, coming out of pocket to pay for college. All right. So let me give you these seven reasons. Okay. Let me give you these seven reasons to really show you why you want to take the time to just really consider putting the work in to get the money for college. All right. Reason number one. All right. Reason number one is to protect your income. Yeah, to protect your income. So think about it. When you go about locating and landing scholarships, when you go about, applying for financial aid, you keep your own money. All right. So that means more cash in your pocket for savings, more cash in your pocket for investing, more cash in your pocket for emergencies. So let me go back, right? So think about when I was coming out of high school, and I really wasn't sure if my mom and dad had saved money for college. Wasn't really sure if, they had a big nest egg of money that they were just going to dump into my college education. They impressed upon me. It was just like, hey, go to school, get good grades, and that's what they focused on. But when it was time to go to college, I had to start looking for money because I wasn't really sure if they had money stored up, right? We didn't really have the conversation. So, my advice to parents and students watching this is to have the conversation now, if you haven't already. Go ahead and have the conversation about money and be able to look at how much money there's out there, right? So we think about, on average, it's about $45,000 um for a student to go to a public university. On average, $45,000. If you go to a private university, that's about $60,000. Okay. So if you take $45,000, or let's say 60 times 4 years in college, right? 60 times four, that's almost $200,000 or $240,000. Think about, if you don't have to write a check or take out student loans where that is concerned, that money that you would be using on college, you could put it towards savings and investing. Okay. So that's one of the number one reasons to go ahead and begin to offset your college um, tuition bill, or paying out of pocket, is because of the investment. Right? Every dollar that you don't spend on tuition is a dollar that you can use to grow in the future. Right? So, and instead of draining your bank account, and paying tuition bills, you could protect your financial health in the future. Okay. So, number one reason to go ahead and do this is to protect your income. Number two, number two is to avoid student debt. right? Every scholarship dollar you win is one less dollar you have to borrow. All right. So if you think about $45,000, $60,000, and let's say you do student loans, and I'm seeing today that there's about $1 trillion of student loan debt that's going on right now in our country, just in America. Trillions of dollars of people paying back money. Now imagine you or your student graduating without student loan debt, without having to pay the monthly payments, right? Coming out of college, you got to pay rent, mortgage, car, insurance, food, utilities, and then think student loan payment. Imagine if that wasn't hanging over your head. That's what scholarships can do for you. Okay. So now, by you having the money to pay for college, reason number two, avoid student loan debt. All right. Number three, the third reason you want to consider doing this is to leverage other people's money. Yeah, you want to leverage other people's money. Now, I talk about this all the time, and I talk about this in the boot camp. The three-step formula for this is the framework to pay for college is GM plus OM plus YM. GM is the government's money, OM is other people's money, and then YM is your money. All right. So here's the smart secret wealthy families already know, and that is to use other people's money first. Yeah. If you can use other people's money first, go ahead and use other people's money first. That's why I say GM plus OM plus YM, right? Use the government's money in the form of FAFSA and applying for FAFSA and getting all of that, all that you can from Pell Grant, all the different grants that are out there. Then, once you use the government, then the money at the college, then the private organizations, and now you have all the money that you need to pay for college, and then now you can set that aside for your student. All right, so why spend your money first when you can maximize somebody else's money? All right, so I want you to think about, how can I leverage other people's money to pay the big college tuition bill? That's reason number three, to leverage other people's money. All right, reason number four is to create more freedom. Yeah, to create more freedom. Now I think about me being able to um, graduate with my undergraduate degree on scholarship. I got a master's degree from Lehigh University in polymer science and engineering on scholarship, paid $0. Then another one from Georgia Tech, master's degree, $0. And when I graduated, guess what? I wasn't concerned about paying back the money. All right. So there's freedom that now when you go looking for a job, or you go into your career fields, you're graduating without debt. All right. Now you can go choose a job that you love instead of trying to choose a job that's you're using just to pay bills. Like, I know people who were graduate with college, got a great college degree, got a great master's degree, finding a job, but then having to take out a second job just to pay back debt. All right. When you can go ahead now and do the work, it's going to help you create more freedom for yourselves. Okay. So now you can start a business, you can travel, you can buy a home sooner, right? There are people right now who are choosing to, delay their dreams because it's like, man, I don't want to marry this woman right now because of student loan debt. Or I don't want to get with this man right now because of student loan debt. All right. So now when you have this freedom comes from you not owing thousands of dollars in student loan debt. So, reason number four, it creates freedom for you. Reason number five, you can begin to build generational wealth. Yeah, you can begin to build generational wealth, right? Think about the bigger picture. If you can save tens of thousands of dollars on college costs, right? The money, the $45,000, the $60,000 that you would invest in college, you can now start investing that in your future, right? So instead of sending, the money to the bank, you're creating financial foundation for your family. All right. Scholarships don't just pay for school, they help you build wealth for generations. So whether you have the money now to pay for college, or you've, saved up money, or maybe you don't have money, guess what? Whatever money you have put aside for college scholarships, you can now start thinking about investing for yourself or for your kids to now be able to prolong their financial freedom. Okay. Number five is to create financial freedom. Number four, create financial freedom. Number five is to generate generational wealth, right? Begin to build generational wealth, number wealth. Number six, this is a big one. Reduce parent and household stress. Yeah, reduce parent and household stress. It's like I know people right now, parents right now that come to me all the time. It's like, Kantis, I need help with paying the big college tuition bill. And then I ask myself, it's like, what have you been doing the last 17, 16 years we're planning for your child? Some people think about it, some people don't think about it. And those that don't think about it, now when it comes to that junior year, that senior year, you feel stressed out, you feel overwhelmed. Okay. Tuition bills cause stress, right? You go from your son or daughter going to a public high school where it's free, or you're paying a few dollars for a private institution. And now when you go into college and taking 17 credit hours per year and having to pay that, it can cause stress, right? Even to the point where parents are working overtime, sacrificing vacations, and even delaying retirement just to pay for the son or daughter's college tuition. But when you consider scholarships and you financial aid and you do all the work, stress comes off your shoulders. All right. Families breathe easier when they're not drowning in tuition payments. There was a young lady that I met in, I believe in Boston. We was on one of these college funded boot camps live in Boston. And actually, my boot camp coming up is virtual. Okay. So you can tune in every single night at collegefundingbootcamp.com. And I met this, I can't remember her name right now, but Miss, I think it was LaBelle, regardless what her name was. So she saw information about the boot camp. She showed up and she said her and her husband just last week, they were about to take out a parent loan. But because I showed them how to locate and land scholarships for their son, they were able to do the work, and that amount of money that they were going to take out for that parent loan, they could now save it and now apply for scholarships. Now they're breathing easier. Now they're not drowning in debt. Now they're not feeling the stress from tuition payments. Okay. So, number six, when you look to try to offset this, number six, it reduces the stress and the overwhelm. Okay. Number seven, number seven, when you do this, it sets your student up for success. Think about it. Let's fast forward 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. When your student is done, they are starting life debt free. Okay. When they start life debt free, it gives them a huge head start. Now, if you think into the future, you look at graduation and your student is down there turning the tassel. Wouldn't it feel amazing when they turn the tassel that they're graduating debt, that they're graduating debt free? Right? Instead of spending their 20s and their 30s paying off student loans, they can now focus on building their career. Right? They can focus on buying a house. They can focus on investing. They can focus on living life on their own terms. Scholarships and financial aid don't just pay bills, they set students up to succeed faster and with less pressure. So listen, I want you to really take the time to consider these 7 reasons, right? I want you to really understand the bottom line. You should never pay more for college than you have to. Scholarships are the way to go. Financial aid is out there waiting to help you, right? The more you get, GM plus OM plus YM, the less you have to pay out of pocket. And the more freedom, wealth, and peace of mind you can create. Whether you get all of your schooling paid for, whether you get a little bit of it paid for, guess what? It's the less that you have to come out of pocket. All right. So that's what. If you found this helpful, hey, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. like this video, share this with another parent. And if you're serious about paying less for college, I want to encourage you to come to my upcoming college funding boot camp. Simply go to collegefundingbootcamp.com. Make sure you click the link down in the description. Jump in with us, and we'll go through how to apply and maximize your FAFSA return, how to find those hidden scholarships, and how to land those scholarships and help propel you and your student to graduate debt free. All right, now listen, if you like this, join me, share this, subscribe, and I also have some other cool videos over here that you can continue to watch. But make sure you jump in and do what's needed to offset the college tuition bill with scholarships and financial aid. I'll talk to you soon.